Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another game of Sept of the Halloween Wind, Veronica and her inferior friends. Veronica has found out that Bailey is being a little shit and is not telling her what his alpha, why he's leaving the nation, what he's doing, and any of that shenanigans. So she decided that she would do what any sensible Shadow Lord would do with an alpha complex. She is using her Stormcrow to find where the fuck her packmate is and discreetly goes over to where he is. I'm assuming it's at one of those vampire bars that I heard about from Darcy.
Vampire bars. Oh my god.
One of those vampire bars. Fuck
One
me
of those
dead.
vampire bars.
How dare you have a vampire bar and not invite me?
Oh
So
my lord,
anyway,
he's not at a vampire bar, it's at an art gallery. Like an
how
art
dare you?
studio slash gallery.
How
An
how
art
dare you
gallery.
not fucking invite me? So anyway, she goes by, finding a good moment, obviously not being fucking stupid enough to invite her waltz in, but looking to make sure it's not like too outwardly conspicuous, but just enough that she can get through.
By the way, Petra is in her bag.
Of course he is.
He was not letting her go at this shit alone. What are you, cray cray? Oh my god.
What Petra will notice with Veronica is because she is aware of Cassia's past, she doesn't hate vampires, but at the same time, she is very cautious in what you reveal to them.
He'll crawl the upper half of his body out of the bag and drape it over her shoulder. And kind of look at her and then look at wherever they are.
Apparently, the place is called Smiley. I believe that's what it's called.
I don't think this is Smiley's, he says.
So that's
it's a
not what
gallery. Yeah, gallery. Smiley's is a bar. This is a gallery, like an art gallery.
So Harlow took me to a gallery instead, it looks like.
He'll lick her cheek.
So wonder if they actually serve wine or something else. Or they just have to please the paparazzi and confuse people a different way.
The last time I dealt with a vampire, I killed it.
Yeah, we need to be careful with that at this moment because we're in their turf.
He boops her face, like with his, like purring.
However, if we find a vampire that doesn't like a vampire we both like,
I can kill that one.
we can kill the ones we don't like
It's
and get along with the ones we do like.
He purrs.
All right.
Do
So
you want me to slip back in the bag?
For now, yes. Out of game, she's not stupid enough to have a Bubasti out in case there's a out of game follower set. It's like, wait, where did you get one of those?
He'll slip down into the bag and just chill out.
She'll have Harlow with her. It'll be out of game her seeing eye bird.
Because this is Nico's space, do you want me to tell you what you're looking at?
Sure.
Okay. So in the front of it, though the lights are off, it's an art gallery with a lot of abstract watercolor paintings.
Oh, nice.
But she does notice that there's like a side door where there's like some chairs and like if you kind of like look around and you go to the side, there's some like chairs, and she figures that it's probably the studio space, not the gallery space.
Mm-hmm.
And she could probably get to them through there.
All right. Looks at Harlow to give her a cue of that where he saw Bailey.
Hi, softly, like he triggered.
Okay. Head that way.
Sure. So yeah. So basically, she can hear them talking. They're actually, we'll say they're outside, sitting outside, just kind of
Okay.
talking and BSing gently, I guess. Like,
All right.
one of them
Bailey is
is
being
most.
as normal.
Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
She would notice that one of them is definitely set out from the other two. Like, she knows, like, Bailey and Tova, but the vampire just looks more polished in the sense that he doesn't fucking, like, sweat or get dirty or anything like that. But he also just looks, he has a more surreal quality to him. You know what I mean? He's not breathing for the first, that's the fucking first part of it. And it's a subtle thing you don't notice until you notice it, and then you can't unsee it. And he just, his skin, although he does have a blush to his skin, it's not as alive. He doesn't have as much color as like Bailey and Tova do.
Okay, so that makes him stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you told me out of game, do I know? Does he have pure breed on him?
It would probably be like inert as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be anything that would be discernible now. Maybe the first couple of years after he was embraced, you could detect it, but
Okay.
not now.
Mm.
All right.
He has the markings of like an older world, like kinfolk, like Shadow Lord. Like he has like he falls in line with their kinfolk, but
And she could see the
he doesn't
resemblance
stand
with
out. Yeah.
out of game. I could see the
Yeah.
resemblance with Bailey and this vampire.
Yeah. You can definitely see the resemblance. He's not like a carbon copy, but he's definitely his descendant.
Mm-hmm.
Does Bailey notice me yet?
Huh?
Does Bailey notice me at all or no?
Not yet. He's being his normal, quiet self.
Veronica's gonna get herself just in view without
I'm
disrupting
sure
the
that he can probably sense her presence if she's not making it a point to surprise him. Like if she's left, the channel open through the pack link or whatever, like he could probably sense that she's there.
Mm. You know, the person with fucking wicked ass aspects and heightened senses can too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's that, yeah.
Well, she's not like hiding, but it's like like let's say if they were at a round patio table with like 3 chairs, she's gonna
So I
position herself like so
say
Bailey
all
can
three of them probably at the same time kind of feel that there's another presence there.
She's gonna have
Yeah.
her arms crossed, and they're gonna see a raven on her shoulder.
Nico will look over.
Bailey
So,
looks,
Bailey,
does
this
a
is
little
where
finger wave.
you were hiding here, this wonderful cozy spot, and not telling me about it.
Well, I'm not hiding.
You're not saying anything.
What did she say?
You're not saying anything.
Do I ever?
Only to the right people you do.
I know you want answers. Tova just kind of steps back a little bit out of the way, like, nah, nope. She actually kind of gets behind Nico a little bit.
Bailey, you know I'm not as dumb as that fathead Adelheid in shooting first and asking questions later.
Yeah, so both Tova and Bailey kind of grit their teeth at the mention of Adelheid.
Nico will raise his hand, like as if to stop them. And he'll turn to Veronica and he'll say, "My name is Benicio Mondego. I welcome you to my space. Please, would you join us?"
Thank you. My name is Veronica.
It is very nice to meet you.
Likewise.
He'll motion her to come sit with him.
She does.
He'll pick the pipe he was smoking back up. Please, by all means, go on. I just couldn't allow you to linger ungreeted. It was bothering me.
She smirks at that.
Ova smiles.
So, as I was saying, I'm not like that dumbass Adelheid that wants to blow everyone's face off first before finding out what happens. And I'm not going to be like Darcy, who's going to be bipolar whiny and then put his foot down.
Bailey actually cracks up at that, like, God, I love you. He actually says that.
I get fucking shit done, as you notice with me.
She notices, by the way, that Nico has a few burns on him that are like healing
Mhm.
and looks tired. Like he looks weary. He still looks beautiful and all that, but he looks as though he did something that drained him.
Packlink to Bailey. Was there a fight that I didn't know about with those two dumbasses?
No.
Okay. Not being
He-
stupid enough to pick a fight at someone else's home.
No, he was doing something for somebody else.
However, as your alpha, there are certain things that I'm not liking with you not giving me details what's going on after all the things we've been through.
I know. And I'm sorry for not giving you, and he's saying this out loud, by the way. I am sorry for not giving you more details through the pack link. At the time, I was still very raw. And I couldn't handle the mental stress.
Who do I need to kill?
Nobody.
Okay.
But Darcy came in to Smiley's the other night, and some of the things that he was saying are things that I had heard my whole life. And he just reminded me of how opposed the nation really is to things that are not up to their standards.
This is where she cracks a smirk and is like, Bailey, something that we understand as Shadow Lords. People are going to always have their own ambitions of how they view the nation should be. And this is why things are fundamentally wrong in the nation, and usually people that understand this need to grab the reins themselves and understand not only what's best outside of just them, but their people. And unfortunately, what happened with the Metis is not okay, and you had individuals that did something about it. There are some people that will still challenge that, just like there are some people that did not like Darcy's decision, and they challenged that. There are some people that did not like my decisions on certain things, and me and several others challenged that. There will always be conflicts and such. There will always be some form of storms, and Grandfather Thunder, if he knew you and I were not prepared to deal with such endeavors, would never accept us. Because if it's not giving a warning of what we are going to do, as my deed name suggests, I'm going to end you so you don't end up causing so much of a ruckus. Such as Golden Claw not liking the idea that some people want to redeem the Black Spirals when she's a Black Spiral. And they used all the different changes we had to get her advantage. She's a tyrant and a fucking bitch. This would have not been found if people didn't do any digging and found out certain things. And that's what people need to be on top of. But turning your back on things means that the problem, you have no intent of solving it.
Tova notices Nico look at her. He'll pick her hand up in his and bring the back of her hand to his mouth. Just kissing the back of her hand, softly.
My hand or Tova's?
Okay, Tova, honey.
She smiles. Bailey notices and smiles softly.
Veronica doesn't know much what's going on with that, so she just leaves it alone.
He's just being affectionate.
I can tell.
He doesn't want to he doesn't want to speak for Bailey or say anything unless Bailey says something, so he's not interrupting. He has his own opinions on things that she said, but he's not going to offer them yet.
And Veronica waits for Bailey to have something to say.
I know to you that it seems like I'm turning my back. But I'm done putting the needs of the nation above my own. And that's what's been happening my entire life. Because as a Metis, I've been told that the nation comes first, and that I'm only allowed to exist to serve the nation. And
well, those people could go fuck themselves.
So done with that.
You know what? Golden Claw told me, and various other people, that we're heretics and should die for our sinful attitude. There's a few ways I respond to it. Fuck you, I'm a Shadow Lord. And I made those that were helping her in her endeavors pay. Now she stands alone.
If I may, Nico says softly.
Bailey nods, please.
Veronica gives a look like he could interject.
It's very easy for you to say. However you would put it. Fuck you. Stand your own ground. However, the problem is you haven't lived the path that Bailey has had to live, nor carried the burden that he's had to. And by telling him to just shrug that off, throw it away, rise above it, frankly, it just shows your privilege, Veronica. Could you imagine what it would feel like to be literally told your entire life that the only reason you are allowed to draw breath is to serve the community that abuses you?
And I don't agree with that. I've seen this happen to various individuals that are Metis.
But that is you. You have to understand, I walk independent from my society's sects as well. There are factions to our people similar to your nation I don't partake in, because I basically believe that they are... He'll shake his head. not trying to insult you, and I do not want to quarrel with you. But I will not watch my grandson guilted back into a society that would abuse him.
I have
And
no
I
intention
understand.
to.
I'm not done speaking. I understand that you have no intention of that. I understand that you come here extending the lily, that you only care for him, that you are all but family to him. I also understand how this looks on you. I was Shadow Lord Kin, and I know the failure this shows on your part.
As that is true with a lot of Shadow Lords. Bailey's case, I would respect his choice either way. But I do not like that there really wasn't an explanation. He has worked very hard on several things with me. I would like to not see that wasted. Bailey has a lot of potential, and I do believe in him. Otherwise, I
So
would not
me
have.
doing what's best for me and my family is a waste of your time, Veronica?
It is not a waste of my time.
That's a... Okay.
I would
think-
never view you as a waste of time, Bailey. At all.
I think that... I think intentions got crossed. I think what she was saying is that she feels, if I may, as though everything that she has invested in the relationship isn't coming to fruition by the actions of you not conveying to her your difficulties. Is that more in line, Veronica?
She nods.
The only problem is your words don't convey your compassion. A complication I know with young Shadow Lords. Bailey is hurt. It wasn't enough for the laws to change. It wasn't even enough for people to change. He's still dealing with the fact that he is never going to know that freedom, that peace. Because he wasn't cast in that mold. In the future, the Metis of your nation will know that peace. They'll know that comfort. They won't know what it is to breathe the air of oppression. It's too late for Bailey.
Bailey nods.
You
You
can't
have-
take that back.
And I've seen some of these challenges. You have no idea how much they angered me, from introductions, finding out that some people would not let him get up from his belly. Only because of a birth. And the thing is with Shadow Lords is, if you are Garou, you are useful. And Metis have been around Garou society since they were born. There are certain innate advantages they have.
Do you know what the advantage is to you having me still in the pack but being outside of the nation?
You don't have to follow the rules.
No, I don't.
And unless you and your pack flaunt that, it'll continue to be a benefit.
I mostly just wanted an explanation, Bailey.
The explanation is that I am really sick and tired of the nation's hypocrisy towards those that they view as lesser than them. They basically told my great-great-grandfather that he and his lover, he gestures to Tova, had to leave the city if they wanted to exist together, and that is bullshit.
but spirals are allowed at the Sept to redeem themselves.
Exactly.
And, or Adelheid believing Farah that other shape changers can't partake in things until various people drilled it down his throat. You know, the one that spit.
I'm going to be very clear about something. To be honest, Garu and kindred societies do not complement each other. We do not need to let each other into our sacred spaces.
No.
We don't need to try to influence the societies of each other. There are things that we can take from each other, gain, if we would shift alliances, but this is not something that needs to happen globally.
Oh, no, it
Perhaps
doesn't.
in San Diego, we can form treaties and accords.
I have no issue with this. And everyone else could go fuck themselves.
Tova raises her hand.
We'll smile at her.
And honestly, with you being some of the way you carry yourself, I could see where you and Bailey are related. I would not
Bailey's
have an intention. I would not have an intention of hunting you down because the way Bailey is, I would tell that his family has taught him some of these values, and you would more likely share them.
I more than likely am the progenitor of them.
You're like a guardian angel of the night for your family.
We'll chuckle.
Bailey smiles.
So
Tova will say,
I did make this joke to one person because someone did tell me about Bailey's grandfather. You're familiar with the movie Interview with the Vampire?
I am.
Are you by any chance similar to Louis?
No.
She cracks up a smile like this is her bestest joke.
I don't drink out of rats and cuddle up with little girls.
no. So Tova
befriend
shakes her head profusely, and she's like, "No, rats are her friends."
No, there's a rat that'll actually squiggle out of her clothes and climb on her shoulder, like, "We're eating me now." He doesn't say it with his entire demeanor.
She's like, no. She shushes him, like, it's okay, and she'll pick him up, cuddle him.
Rufus looks ready to cry.
I have no interest in eating rats.
We're not eating you. Mm-mm.
I have no issue. I have no interest in eating rats.
Tova will look to Veronica and she'll say, all I wanted was to just be with who I wanted to be with. And it caused such a uproar at the Sept that I was, for one, barred from the Sept first.
By whom?
And I didn't even really do it. I didn't do anything wrong. Bailey shakes his head, like, no, she didn't.
I could definitely believe that.
I mean, he was being accosted by Darcy.
She rolls her eyes.
And
was he whining about something?
He was beating him up. And I went and I helped him. And because of that, Darcy went and made a whole big deal of it to the Sept. Without even really knowing the nature of our relationship.
You didn't get your side of the story, even more importantly.
I was not talked to at all. I was just... Consequences came down on my head for perceptions. They were right, but that doesn't matter.
Well, more importantly, the problem, the way Darcy made it look like, and how he described it, it was almost like given the intent that you did something that could hurt people.
I did nothing to put the Sept in danger. I never would have. Had I thought that he was a threat, we wouldn't be sitting here holding hands.
he wouldn't also invite me to the table. I doubt it. I don't think most vampires would not want me around, or any of our kind.
He'll smile. He'll pick Tova's hand up again and kiss her knuckles gently.
She blushes.
The only vampires I would have a problem with, I don't believe they're alive anymore, and they were in the desert.
Bailey growls over that one. Like, no, not those.
I honestly don't know that many of the non-independent vampires in town. Every once in a while, when I'm feeling extra spicy, I'll head down to Elysium. Just to see who's the prince and who's doing what and where and when and who and what. I'm not even sure, honestly, who the prince is right now. I'm sure it's what's his nut of clan. Fuck all if I know. Or maybe they've gone modern and there's a female prince. Oh my. Why, she may even be, he'll look left, right, black.
So now we're making Queen of the Dam references.
He's gonna pick his phone up and call one of his more connected friends. Random vampire fucking ABC.
Okay.
Who the fuck the prince? Who the fuck the prince? He's gonna call one of his child. He's gonna call his childer who's more connected than he.
Yes.
I mean, like, who the fuck the prince? Haven't been to Elysium in a few years. Who the fuck the prince? It's been a while.
I hope that you guys don't have vampires like Edward Cullen.
Oh god, no. Did you say out of game? Or
In game. In character.
No, he shakes his head. Oh my god.
Look,
He's on the phone.
Good.
The only Topher will say the only way he would sparkle is if I put body glitter on him.
God, do you do that later tonight?
Yes.
He's waiting. He's waiting for his childer to answer the phone.
So,
Is it a girl or a boy out of game?
huh?
Is it a girl or a boy out of game?
I don't know. Flip a coin.
His preference would be to embrace men, but it's up to you.
Okay.
But it really is up to you whether it's a male or a female.
Veronica puts her bag down and allows
I
Petra
had
if he
ideas for
wants-
both, so it doesn't matter.
Veronica
Male
puts, her,
then.
Veronica puts her bag down and allows it if Petra wants to that he can get out of the bag.
Petra will know his nose comes out the bag. But so yeah, he'll say, I'm just waiting on my
So
It's just gonna be a minute.
yeah, he answers the phone.
Son,
Dad.
I haven't been to Elysium in I don't know how fucking long, and I don't know who the prince is anymore.
Oh my.
So, what's his name? What's he like? Is he a Scorpio?
Her name is Jasmine.
It's a girl. He looks over at them. Please make my night and tell me she's a black lady.
She is a black lady and she's a bruja.
Does that mean she's like the woman in Queen of the Dam?
Is she like the woman in Queen of the Damned?
She's actually, if it's possible, yeah, she's more intense, actually, if that, yep. Mm-hmm. He knows.
Oh boy.
Nice. Okay.
So that means there's also a Marius and a Lestat?
Is there a Maris and a Lestat?
No, she would probably strangle them.
Do be a dear and come by the parlor sometimes if you don't mind. I miss you.
I will pencil you into my schedule.
You have to meet my new girlfriend.
So the rumors are true.
Oh, bitch, the pot indeed.
Oh my. Alright, we'll have to have tea.
What's her name? I'll say you playfully. blow kisses and hang up. Love that boy. If I could have pushed him out of my own body, I would have. Wait, it doesn't work like that. No, hang up. You should come to our next soiree. To Veronica.
Your next what?
Soiree. Shindig. Get together.
Okay.
Bailey will look in the bag. I'll say. I know, right? Fuck. Bailey will look in the bag and he'll say, can I pet you or are you mad at me?
He'll hiss at him. And then he reluctantly comes out and gloms onto his shirt. Nails, by the way, digging into his chest. Like he draws blood. He's
Ah! Yeah, Bailey will cry out like, God damn it, Petra.
Biddy, by the way, Benicio will get a smell of that and be like, oh, I'm hungry. God damn it.
Tova will nuzzle him.
And now he starts nibbling her knuckles. Like, fuck.
Then when we get home.
Okay.
Watching the rat's reaction, seeing Petra.
That rat is chill.
That is a static rat.
A very stoic little rat. His name is Rufus at a game.
That's
Yes.
awesome.
The rat's name is Rufus, and he sort of claimed Tova.
Awesome.
Yeah.
She's his human.
He has a vampire. That is his human.
Yep. Exactly.
He belongs to
but
Nico's. He belongs to Nico's coterie mate.
I would not mind going to one of your get-togethers.
We hold them every twice a month or so.
What do you do at your get-togethers?
Sacrifice things to Satan. Draw pentagrams on the floor and gunpowder. Light our bodies in flame.
Me too! Except I light my body with lightning.
We'll have so much fun. No, we normally get together, spill the tea, and just watch people perform. Sometimes I'll put on plays.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
We do improv acting theater things sometimes. Little improv scenes.
Out-of-game interview with the vampire reference.
I know. Just for you. He'll smile and he'll say, but yes, we just get together. Sometimes just to warn you, people will bring their own snacks.
That will not faze me one bit.
I can tell you that everyone who is there is willingly so. There are people with fetishes, to be honest, who like being fed upon. I don't have to feed on anyone by force. All of my partners are completely willing. Totally can tell the way he says partners isn't as a lover.
Okay.
You cut out?
I said, okay, out-of-game.
No. Johnny cut out for me.
Okay.
When Nico said partners, he refers to his herd as his partners. They're not lovers.
Oh, yeah.
It would make sense if you guys killed people for blood on a regular basis. Too many people would notice. And you would have a population drop.
Right?
It's at the very least, let's talk about how these are humans we're dealing with. These aren't ants or mosquitoes. These are living beings with their own hopes, dreams, and ambitions. Yes, although we require them for sustenance, I'm not going to treat a person as though they are a pig to slaughter, or even, I wouldn't even treat an animal like that. Why would I treat a human being like that?
Out of game, I can only imagine how you react to Veronica killing swans.
Oh my god. I mean, he wouldn't care too much, but I get you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think of it like this. If you treat humans poorly, if you treat your partners poorly, they're not going to be healthy. Your meal isn't going to be as rich. It's going to taste. It's the only thing that I can take, that I can consume in enjoyment. If the blood is weak, sick, if it's from someone who's stressed all the time, suffering from inflammation and illness, it's not going to be good. But if it's from people who are happy or in ecstasy or well taken care of, it's going to be rich and clean, pure. Tastes wonderful. That was probably more than he'll just kind of look embarrassed for a second. Explaining why vampires treat humans well.
Well, like I said, I'm not a butthead like Adelheid, and I'm not a bipolar, whiny person like Darcy.
Have you ever seen a vampire feed?
No, I have not. I don't know as much as, not ignorant of your kind, but there's still a lot more I need to learn about your kind.
Would you care to?
Learn about your kind?
Care to see a vampire feed?
I do not mind.
He'll look between Bailey and Tova, trying to figure out. Actually, he'll motion Bailey over.
Bailey will come over.
And he'll slide his hand into his Bailey's wrist into his hand and give him a soft look. There's a reason he's using Bailey, by the way.
I know.
And he'll
see the reason.
Tova's not actually jealous or anything, just so that you know for
No, I know.
His reference.
But he'll carefully sink his fangs into Bailey's wrist. And the reason he's using Bailey is so Veronica can feel it.
Yep, because she is going to feel his ecstasy through the pack link. And yeah, his eyes will roll back into his head, and a moan will escape his lips as the kiss sets in.
Yeah, and Nico will take about 2 points off of him.
Veronica's brows go up.
And remember, 2 points off of a werewolf is double.
Yeah, exactly. And he has efficient digestion.
So, well, no, it's just because werewolf blood is more potent to vampires. So if he has efficient digestion, then he actually gets more.
Yeah, I know.
He gets 6.
He likes feeding off of fucking werewolves. So yeah, but he'll just gently kind of ease Bailey through the ecstasy of that one, and he'll gently lick the wound closed and kind of give his wrist a little. He'll give it a little kiss, but it's not romantic. It's like kissing a boo boo. And he'll smile at him and put his arm back over his body and kiss his forehead.
He smiles, and now he's gonna be feeling that for a little while. He slides, he moves back over so Tova can.
Yeah, he'll hold his arm out for Tova.
She scoops, smiles. Bailey is just kind of fucking bliss the fuck out for a little while, like, yeah.
He'll Petra will actually climb onto Bailey's lap and kind of look at him in concern and like lay on his chest and like snuggle up to him.
He'll cuddle him. And he'll say, I'm fine.
He seems stressed and like he's breathing stressed, but he's trying to trust him.
He pets him and tries to be as reassuring as he can because he knows Petra's
History?
feelings towards and history and feelings towards vampires. So yeah,
Like he's trying so hard to be okay with this.
I know. Like he'll try to be as reassuring as possible while he recovers from that feeding.
Yeah, but he'll lay his head on his chest. And Nico will smile back at Veronica. See? That's what it feels like.
She just nods.
It's not some messy, predatory affair. You'll be quite bonding. You have to worry sometimes about younger vampire going overboard, taking too much, but I've been doing this into 3 centuries now.
That's a lot of things you would have been able to see.
It is. I've seen the rise and fall of dynasties. Kings come and go. I remember this nation, as I was saying to Darcy the other day, before it was the nation you know. That being said, again, not so difficult because there are people who within our lifetime know this nation as different than we know. Alaska and Hawaii were only added within our lifetime. Well, your lifetime, not mine. Not your, like, you see, this gets difficult after a while. So kind of.
Tova squeezes his hand.
Look what I said in PM, by the way, when I post it. But he'll smile at Veronica.
She smiles back. And she looks over at Petra.
She hears kind of a noise from the studio, and the door opens up.
She looks at the studio.
Somebody will kind of come, not staggering out, but kind of a relaxed walk out. Like they're still kind of trying to remember how to do that thing. And walk over to the table. Like in a little bit of a daze. Yes, by the way. And he'll stop. And he'll kind of he kind of reached for some pizza on the table. Like there's pizza on the table. I want it now, Mom. I'm hungry. Oh, hey, it's Veronica. And I'll look at Veronica with a mouthful of pizza.
She looks at Paris and kind of have a confused look like.
Like, what the fuck are you doing here, right?
Hi.
So, someone brought you back?
I didn't bring me back. I've been here the whole time. You just helped me come back. I already found the homeland, but I really should swallow. This has always been a problem of mine, swallowing.
Does Johan know that?
Not yet. We were planning on telling him tomorrow. He didn't know if this was going to go really bad, and it started off like a joke, okay? A vampire, a changeling, and a magi walked into a bar. That is not a lie. That's exactly how it started. And then the next thing I know, here the fuck I am. Yes, by the way, the first thing I did was helicopter dick.
Bailey just chuckles and shakes his head.
Paris would notice, by the way, he seems much more animated than he did before.
Seems happier.
Yeah. So, hi, how you doing? Spill the tea. What's been going on, girl?
Almost due with the child.
I had noticed that. Is it mine?
That child is Sully's.
Oh, wait, what? How the fuck did you get there? Also, God, you lucky bitch. If I could be pregnant with Sully's child, I would deal with 9 months of confusion and pain. And then squeeze it out of my dick. I don't think it's gonna fit. Do you? I'll look over at Bailey.
No, he shakes his head.
No.
I don't think so.
But enough about dicks and babies. Here I am. I'm really tired, actually. I'm starving. I feel like I could eat for a week, which is saying something, because I used to not eat for a week.
Ever?
Ever.
Yeah. Bailey nods.
I weighed 86 pounds when I died.
So how did you come back?
Bailey points to Nico.
Short and hanging to the left.
Okay. I wonder if Nico did the same thing that I did to get Sky back.
As I understand it, though it was all a little unclear to me, they got some magi friend of theirs to re-botify me? I'll kind of look confused.
Okay.
Like, make my body, and then they got the soul back. I was there anyway. My soul was there. So they shoved it back in the body. Nico embraced me. Think, right? And Nico nods. And then another fairy dude man bro did something to my name and made me a fairy. He does like little fairy hands.
Which is perfect for him, Bailey will say, and ruffle his hair.
He's like a little fairy vampire out of game.
There was a dragon that recently passed away.
Oh my.
And I managed to bring him back to life.
Well, shit.
And all it required was somebody very close to Golden Claw.
Oh boy. Did you make a deal with Satan?
Again, Bailey, if she should say that out loud.
With the devil, but yeah, same difference.
I wonder if I have to get remarried. How many people has Johan fucked between here and there?
3, as far as I know.
Do I have competition?
Absolutely not.
God, yes.
He was with the Boggin, but I would kick his fucking ass if he chose that Boggin over you. I'm just saying.
I just kill the Boggin.
I mean, yeah, that too.
We could always have the dragon eat him. Eat the Boggin.
You know, just feed him to Nico.
Look, whatever.
I'm sure he could use the psychedelic experience.
Nico smiles. Like, I'm down for that.
See, Bailey's still a Shadow Lord.
Deep down, Bailey just has not strayed far from the light of God.
Nope.
So, Annie Gay, I'm really tired. I'm gonna go back inside now. And he'll go over to Veronica, and he kisses one cheek, and then the other, and then he bounces his little fucking fairy vampire butt back into the studio. Nico just watches him go.
Out of game, another one of Veronica's inferior friends.
Sometimes I feel like I'm going to regret that, Nico says.
You might if your kind could have babies.
Some of us can. Not me. I'm far too old for that. My blood is too potent.
He
We'll
won't
look
go
over at
Lost
Bailey.
Boy. He won't go. Paris will not go as crazy as Lost Boys vampires.
I don't think so.
Veronica looks at Petra.
Petra will climb back over and crawl into her lap. He's still shivering.
She embraces him with one arm.
That's all it takes to embrace people now? Fuck. I know we're playing vampire shit.
My God.
Embrace, damn it.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm quite sure werewolves cannot turn people into werewolves by biting them.
Well, Petra will look kind of deep into her eyes and kind of still himself and calm down.
Speaks in cat to Petra. Bailey would not put himself in direct danger. And plus, if we learn more about vampires, we could probably help your kind. Would that make you feel better?
Not.
Would that make you feel better? Do you want to kill people and get ice cream afterwards?
He does nods. Yes. Pistachio, please.
Do you want to get some chicken nuggets and Szechuan sauce?
Yes, he nods. Nuzzles her. And then he'll tuck his head under her chin and just rest there.
She chuckles. Looks at the three people at the table.
Nico's focusing on something in the sky.
Veronica will now look at the sky.
Did you say she does or she doesn't?
She does.
It's called constellations. Look at the stars.
Which constellations are out?
Northern Hemisphere this time of year.
Actually,
I think
Veronica
Virgo.
wouldn't have. I don't think Veronica has the stats to know about the constellations that well.
Yeah. I only know them because they correspond with, a lot of them correspond with the astrology. Like,
Yeah.
if it's November-ish, it's going to be Scorpio.
Which is my zodiac out of game.
Gosh. So yeah. Lisa's looking at the stars. She's holding Tova's hand.
Oh, you want to know what's even better? The gibbous moon's out.
Yes.
Veronica's Auspex out. Yes.
Her auspice, honey, not her auspex. We haven't gotten there yet.
Looks at Petra, then looks at the moon. So, one day you want to go there? She says in beast speech.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold on. I'll say, can it be just you and I?
Sure.
He'll nod and tuck his head under his chin again.
Out of game, I think it would be cool to do an Ethereal Realm game to the moon. They have a few Bastet stuff.
But he just kind of softly and quietly, like, starts to purr.
She'll pet Petra.
Bailey seems to look a little bit woozy, so Tova takes his hand and heals him, restoring the blood into his body. Here you go. Have that.
Look at this. That's a fair fucking question.
I know, right? Hmm. Bailey just shrugs.
Boop. His tail, by the way, is swishing over her belly. Like he's petting it with his tail.
Aww.
Oh.
So yeah. He pops that to his brain and looks back and then looks back at him.
Hey Petra, you know what you could also do with this?
He looks
You're
up.
getting secrets. You could learn secrets.
He licks her nose. Okay, Nico literally actually makes that noise. Like that noise that just came out of him.
Bronco raises an eyebrow and looks at Nico.
He just puts his head down in his arms and just laughs. And he like it actually startled Petra a little. And he kind of like looks over like, what? And then he'll kind of look back at her and he'll say, you know
Bailey
where we
says one more thing.
Well, so he just looks up at him. Like he just looks up at it's like to look at his overlay. This is what he gives him.
Just looks at him like, why?
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 He says, I take it you want to amend your answer to I don't know. But it wouldn't surprise me.
He nods. Yes. He just shrugs. Whatever.
Petra just looks at those chuckle fucks like, what the hell's wrong with you? And he'll look back up to Veronica. We still haven't gone and gotten my ball.
We will get your ball at
He
one
keeps
point.
saying that. It's my favorite ball. It's the red one.
Yeah, we need to go get that.
Theo needs to come with us. We also need to find some of the ghosts there. They can terrorize people outside the Winchester Mansion.
No.
There is something else I'm planning to do at one point, Petra and Bailey. We're gonna go into the realm of the Shadow Lords. Find Sullivan's father, Sullivan Black's father, and I'm gonna beat him into submission.
Yes.
Mhm.
Not going into the reasons why I'm going to do this because that's personal. But we all know I'd still do it.
Um, Nico is looking on the table for something. Like he's like lifting papers and lifting stuff like that. And he's looking for something on the table.
It's better not be one of those Fey magic bullshit.
No. Veronica, you wouldn't happen to need to use the bathroom, would you? What kind of pointing to her belly, like pregnant at all? Pregnant, need to pee every 5 seconds.
No.
Yeah. You do me a favor, and if you go inside, you go down the hall. To the left, there's a desk, and my lighter is on it. Would you mind grabbing it for me?
All right.
A smile. You're a gem. Oh, if it's not there, then if you cross, there's a dark room. It's on the table.
All right.
Bailey
That's
holds
fine.
his arms out for Petra.
Petrol will run over.
Come here.
Climb into his arms.
He boops his nose with his.
Boops. Wiggles, licks his nose.
Nuzzles him.
Nico waits. Waits.
Going inside.
He turns.
So Bailey looks at Petra. Okay. Seriously, are you and Veronica together? Because, oh my god.
Blinks. Now? What do you mean? I was sitting on her. Does that count as together?
Romantically involved.
Wow. No.
He nods.
I've wondered at times what it would be like. I do find her beautiful. And I like it when she holds me. I like feeling the love we share. I don't feel like brother and sister with her. We kind of tilt his head. I'm not saying there couldn't be something romantic there. I'm just satisfied with what we have.
He nods.
Sometimes she feels as much my mate as Theo is. Actually, out of everyone I've ever been with, she's the one who feels most like what I ever wanted out of a partner. We don't make love or kiss or things like that, but she knows all the perfect places to scratch on me. And she always knows what to say and to do to make me feel better. And every time I've always been on the edge, it's always been her hands that have pulled me back. I do love her very much. Just, we're not together romantically. And honestly, I don't need it.
He scratches his nose.
He licks his nose.
I think that that's beautiful.
I'll hop down and kind of go back over to where she was sitting and wait. Like curl up on the
Which
the
I
seat
assume
and wait.
I find the lighter at this point.
The lighter was in the dark room.
She comes back out with the lighter.
Oh, thank you, dear. We'll hold his hand up.
Yep, she gives it to him.
Harlow, by the way, mentally tells her everything he said.
I figured out a game that's why he wanted to do that. Fucking aspect.
Yeah, it occurred to me that Harlow was there and is loyal to you and would have said everything that Petra said to her. Or to them. So she actually does know that he just said all of that.
Oh, I am
And he'll
so
smile up at her when she gets out there.
out of game. I am so messing with him later with that.
But he'll move so she can sit down again
Mm-hmm.
and hop up onto her lap when she's done. The baby's kicking, by the way, so he'll put his paw wherever the baby kicks.
Petra's like one of those pets that loves the baby.
Oh God! Oh my Lord! He's gonna sleep in its crib.
I could see that. Be like, your baby's my best friend. I'm gonna tell you when the baby's sick and
Nico will smile.
Fraga smiles back.
He'll look at Veronica, and he'll look at the other two. How are you two doing rest-wise? Do we need to get back to the parlor soon?
Tova will nod.
You're looking a little tired, my love. Bailey?
Good for a little while.
He'll settle back then with Tova in his arms. I'm good
Tova
for the
will lean on him.
Amusing enough, Nico treats the kinfolk better than some Garu do.
Right?
You know, when you lose your life, you have to have an appreciation for it. I had a game.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll light his pipe and he'll smoke it quietly. No, the tobacco doesn't really do anything for him, but it tastes decent. It's one of the few places he can get a taste in his mouth.
Okay.
That and it smells nice. Like he likes to smell it. Also, when he smokes, it can hide the fact that he doesn't breathe. So
That does work.
Mhm.
She looks to Harlow and requests a beast speech to get some chicken nuggets and Szechuan sauce.
Harlow will say, "What fucking nether dimension realm do you want him to go to get you Szechuan sauce?" Oh my god. He'll make you some with his own little talons.
Oh, you don't want to infiltrate the towers of Rick and the Galactic World Government to help find that with Rick Sanchez.
Petra in his half asleep state will go into the bag, and he disappears in it, like he vanishes in the bag.
Mm-hmm. Petra vanishes in the bag.
Yes, like he was in the bag and now he's no longer in it, but he didn't come back out.
She goes put her hand in the bag.
No kitty cat there.
Her brow is furrow. The fuck? Pack links to Petra. Better not be a game for you. Where are you?
The pack link may not, if I'm correct, work right now. For him.
For who?
For Petra, he may be disconnected from the pack link for a second.
Oh.
I PM'd you, why?
That's when she's looking for him, because that's...
That makes sense.
Amusing enough, she was trying to get him something to help him relax a little more.
She cannot feel him on her pack link. And, like, she can't feel him.
That's when she starts getting mad. Where is he?
Bailey's brows go up like, wait a minute. Fuck.
Find an area where no one's looking. Peek on the other side of the Umbra.
Nada.
The fuck did he go? Look at Harlow. I was about to send you to get Szechuan sauce, and now the person I wanted to give that to is missing.
He just kind of goes and pecks around, and he looks confused too. He's like, I fucking have no clue where he went.
Look at Tova and Nico. Have you seen the cat?
A few seconds later, he'll wiggle out of her bag again with 2 cups of the McDonald's Szechuan sauce in his mouth.
Don't fucking do that.
Bailey breathes a sigh of relief, like,
thought someone kidnapped you. I thought I have to murder someone again.
In your bag? What do you keep in your purse? He just blinks.
What did you do to the bag? You, like, literally went out a pack link.
Oh, I did? No blink?
Yeah.
Blink, blink. It's a secret, he says. I didn't worry you, did I?
Thought I'd have to murder someone again. Like that skin dancer.
Oh. I was just getting these. He'll
Okay.
point to the sauces. They were just in
She boops his nose.
He'll turn back into a cat.
Do we have chicken nuggets? With the sauces or no?
Harlow will get the chicken nuggets. He brings like a 40 piece.
Awesome. While Petra and I and everyone else is having chicken, I'm giving some to Harlow.
He's
In addition to his noses reward.
Nico will take one and he'll kind of chew it for a second. Nope, nope, can't taste it.
His brows go up.
Yeah, he'll chew it there for a good minute and he'll You just can't taste it. It's like someone farted in the direction of a chicken McNugget.
Ugh.
And that's what I taste. It's just no.
Oh, the wrinkles her nose.
He'll spit the piece because he doesn't want to vomit profusely later, especially after he just fed. He'll spit the piece into a napkin and set it to the side.
She has another chicken nugget Szechuan sauce.
I could. I haven't had a good glass of wine, Nico will say, since the early 1800s.
Does your kind normally eat food? Or anything like that, or only blood?
We can't. Our systems don't work, and we're cursed beyond that. It's not just that. It's not just that our bodies don't have the physiology for it. It's part of the curse of undeath that we do not enjoy food. I mean, one could say because I can speak and because I can walk around, I'm mobile. Obviously, my physiology has to work fully, or why would it just doesn't make sense that it doesn't? But it does because it's part of the curse. So if I eat, my stomach won't process it. I'll throw it back up. Normally with any blood that I consumed, which could be devastating to me. That could leave me vulnerable to final death, to be honest. But the good part is I don't have to go to the bathroom, so there's that.
No, you do not, I suppose.
I also can't change the way I look, though. Well, not without, no, I can't, realistically. I don't like dealing with the clan that could do it. But this is what I looked like when I died in the early 1800s.
What clans are there?
Oh, we'd be here all night.
I'll find a different night to talk to you about that. So, do you want a bottle of wine, or do you want me to give you blood and we pretend it's a bottle of wine? We just put someone else's blood in it.
A bottle of blood.
It actually goes bad very fast outside of the body.
Packlink, I wonder if Goldclaw has an illegitimate child.
Oh my god. I'm gonna put the fucking vengeful on your character sheet.
Wait, what?
I said I'm out of game. I'm gonna put the vengeful on your character sheet.
I'm making sure it's a legitimate genocide of Goldenclaw's family.
And driving goal.
So far, I've been successful with it.
Code of honor.
My character has Code of Honor. Since when? Did Falcon give it to me? Unbeknownst to you, after Falcon has helped you with your mission to capture Goldenclaw's mate, you have gotten the merit Code of Honor. And all Silverfangs will recognize and kneel before you. As you all of a sudden, mysteriously, for whatever reason, stop being a selfish bitch and do all these nice things and be like, wait a minute. Since when do I help the righteous and smite the evil? No. Yeah, last game when I kidnapped Goldenclaw's mate, I got Falcon to help us.
Bailey just nods.
You think Goldenclaw has an illegitimate child? That would be amusing if it's a baby.
Tova will look at her. She'll say,
Nico will say, babies don't make very good food, but they taste good. He'll nod.
Out of game, does Golden Claw have an illegitimate child that's a baby?
No.
No.
You're like, I don't want to imagine that. Why do you do this?
I mean, I have no problem imagining it. Nico's remembering it. But what? I was young and dumb.
Out of game, Nico, did you go to the labor and delivery department and try to get a bite to eat there?
Or more like an abortion clinic. He just says quietly.
Tova drops her jaw and she shakes her head like, oh my god.
That's the one cruel, deviant joke you get out of me.
So I take it as you're into some stem cell research, is what you tell people.
Totally.
Yes. I am a scientist in stem cell research.
Tova looks to Nico and she said, you realize that I can bring home emergency bags of blood, right?
Oh, I hate them. They taste nasty.
Yes, but for a dire emergency.
For a dire emergency, I would. He holds his tongue.
You do realize I could just invite you when we're gonna kill someone and you could drink their blood.
It actually does taste good to drink someone to the death. It's just a level of control I've gone past. His self-control out of game is really high.
So you just lock them in the basement and you have them for late night hunger pangs.
No, I call one of my partners if I need to eat in the middle of the night, but
Okay, then you take this person, you tie them up, and you paint the walls red with their blood. And you and your partner enjoyed the scenery.
you're coming to the next parlor. Yep, you are. We have this masochist, Sister Slutty Carmen. God, she loves just bleeding herself up.
Oh.
I think she's some kind of a fairy. The last time I drank off of her, I couldn't see straight for a week. I'll look over at Bailey.
Bailey smiles.
So Bailey, Emil actually agreed to tell the tale how Golden Claw's family was destroyed. In exchange, I let Emil kill Golden Claw. Yes, out of game, I'm phrasing it like that, damn it. Takes another chicken nugget with Szechuan sauce. Looks down at Petra.
I'll smile up at her.
You think Emil will get the details right?
No one could capture the glory of your actions that night.
Maybe the devil could.
Alas, as much as I think Emil has betted the devil, he is not in fact the devil himself.
No, he is not.
He'll look over at Bailey again. Smile softly.
Bailey smiles back.
He just holds a lot of love in his eyes for him. Petra will look up at her and meow.
Looks down at Petra.
He has a bit of a, like, can we go soon face?
Sure. We can do that.
Like, she can tell he's just getting tired and kind of done with being around a vampire, to be honest. Like, it's still hard for him and he's reached kind of his limit.
Nico, it was good meeting you.
It was a pleasure meeting you as well.
Bailey
Petra
will look to
Up on.
Bailey will look to Veronica and he'll say, I'm sorry that I didn't come to you right away.
You know I'm not like Adelheid. I'll actually listen to you.
Honestly, didn't have the words to say. It was too much.
Well, you went through a lot. You and Grima. We can talk how also our pack is going to operate from now on. Because there are different things we're going to be operating now. Nothing bad.
He nods. So, Delaney and I will be able to remain in the pack then.
Yes.
I'm
Out of
glad.
game, she would not get rid of them. Literally, the only way she would get rid of them is if it's like downright betrayal.
Bailey like pack links that to Saul. Because
Hey, he's doing the YMCA in his head.
he's home with the baby, so.
Tova, you look like you're very happy.
She smiles. I am.
Out of game, Tova's brother is Elias, right? The Great Jarl.
Yes, that is her twin.
Petra, by the way, jumped out and took human form again.
Mm-hmm.
Nico will nod at them and say, well, it was very nice meeting you. Hope you get home
Likewise.
safe.
Thank you.
As they leave, Petra will, like, as they're kind of walking, Petra will actually stop and look at Veronica for a second.
She'll look at him.
His lips part for a second. So kind of like he's going to say something and then he stops and closes his mouth.
And they head home.
He's trying to talk to her.
Oh. She'll look
Yeah,
at
he
him.
just doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know. Like, I should have clarified that. He's like, he stopped because he wants to try to talk to her. He'll just shake his head. Not chew his lip for a second. Like looking at her. Yeah, we should be getting home.
Do I get the impression he wants to say something, but he's like uncomfortable?
Oh boy, Jesus God! So you know what Petra forgets? You two have a fucking pack link, which also includes an empathic bond, and she can feel that he is terrified.
This is the vampire.
What?
This is about the vampire.
No,
This is about Bailey.
no.
This is about the chicken nuggets.
What's up with the chicken nuggets?
Sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure about that. You know, I know this might, come as a major shock to you, but there are some things more important in my life than Szechuan sauce.
I'm sure there is.
He'll look down. Don't worry about it, okay?
All right.
You, yeah, let's just. I'm being stupid. Don't worry about it, okay? I'll just start walking with his hands in his pocket. Does she leave it at that, or is she?
Yep. She's just gonna do it to fuck with him because eventually he'll eat away at him. He'll say it one day or another if he wants to.
He actually does. He can feel that kind of fuck on her, and he'll just turn and smile at her. You know what my problem is, don't you?
Little birdie may have told me.
Oh, fuck your bird. And I'll come back over to her. Maybe I'm just scared, okay? It's like you and I are so perfect, to me at least, that I'm afraid to want more. Because I'm afraid if I ever did anything, it would just unbalance things and send everything crashing down, and I'd lose you. And if I lost you, oh God, I really don't think I'd actually survive that, Veronica.
So out of game, the impression I'm having is he's in love with her, but not in like a romantic sense.
He's in love with her. It could be romantic in his eyes. He's just too afraid to like take that step.
You do realize out of game that would create a lot of awkward scenarios with him and Cassia.
Are you kidding? Cassia fucks him. I wouldn't care. Girl, you forgot that way to Family rolled.
Yep, them and the Silver Fangs.
But he just shakes his head. He actually does notice that he has tears in his eyes. You've been by my side this entire time. And I know that out of anyone in this world, I can count on you. And like I said, sometimes I do wonder things. And I don't think you wonder the same. I don't know if you could. I really don't know the way you see me. It's just really complicated. And yet at the same time, it's not. He'll shrug. I just love you. And sometimes I do wonder if there could ever be more between us. You know?
She keeps a neutral expression the entire time. While she lets Petra go on.
And I really don't think you feel that way for me. And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, sincerely. Sometimes I wonder, and sometimes I wonder if you wonder too. Do you? He'll lick his lips softly.
Out of game, I don't even know how to answer that. Because anyone else, she wouldn't say shit to them and just give them a cold stare, but she doesn't do that to Petra because she actually respects him.
I'm gonna PM you something really quickly.
All right. Because the thing is with Veronica, she cares about Petra, but she doesn't look at him in a like romantic sense.
Mm-hmm. He just looks at her face and looks in her eyes. And he'll half smile.
The only thing that she's curious about is how long has he had these feelings? Because it may have been literally at the start of the game.
It's the thing where he doesn't have feelings more than that. He just acknowledges there could be.
He's curious.
Yes.
Okay, so he's curious.
Yes. Where he stands right now, he's curious if there could be more.
Yeah, out of game, she doesn't
what
have.
What he's saying is that he's worried that if they did anything to even test that, it could crash everything and he'd lose her.
That's thanks to that's unfortunately because he had a relationship with Lita.
Mm-hmm.
Probably out of game, she doesn't look at him in a romantic sense, but she doesn't view any less of him for admitting that.
He'll basically kind of he'll look at her, and this is actually his organic response. He had said it before, but I'll say it again. He'll actually touch her cheek softly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say, maybe what I'm trying to say is that I'll bite his lip. You really have been the perfect mate. And maybe I just want to call you that, that's all. Even if it's in my own heart and mind. I'll shrug. I don't want more out of you. Because what you've done has been perfect. And now I'm making this awkward. He'll just shake his head.
Doesn't come off as awkward. Out of game, I'm probably gonna let it sit for like a day or two to figure that out. I don't believe.
It's not a process. I don't blame you. And he'll just shake his head and roll his eyes. Come on, let's go. I'm done being fucking sentimental. I hate doing this. Now you see why I keep myself bottled up and don't say anything ever. He'll just start walking.
Out of game, this is how she gets people to talk.
Come on, let's go. We have an Uber to catch. He'll clap his hands.
Yep. Are you talking about the Numa Tesla?
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I had to do. Out of game. If you want to end things or switch to something else, we can.
The only other thing I was tempted to do is RP with like Nate and possibly Sullivan with the Numa. But that's up to you guys.
Dante has to go to bed soon. You're off tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Can we do
Yeah,
it tomorrow?
Alex is already in bed. Can we do that when I get up tomorrow?
Yeah, that's fine.
We can do that when I get up before I give for LA. So
Okay.
So yeah, for this particular scene, we can end it. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time. Bye bye.